you know?
Yeah.
There we go. How's that?
Mm-hmm. You can
Okay.
see us.
Okay, let's rock. Time has come.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. We don't need our dead cats. That's what they're called. The wind is really loud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was hungry. All right, y'all. Yeah. Chloe, is that her name? Patty. Patty knows. Yeah.
Chloe,
All right, guys.
the kitty.
Ready? Gentlemen, are you ready to get started? Oh. 10, 15 minutes. Sure. Will you come over here?
You need another bench?
There's a couple stools over there too. You guys want to pull those up? Hi, Lily, you made it. Don't hide behind Caleb. Come over here. Come on. Come on. You can go right by this table and then you'll have a spot for your coffee.
She's afraid.
She's not afraid of me.
I know she's not afraid.
You can bring that stool. No, bring that. Oh, okay. Sit next to Margie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So today is about helping you establish your purpose for these changes that you guys are making. We're calling it the Why Should I Talk. Yeah? Why should I? Why should I not have donuts every Friday? Monday? Friday.
Maple
Bar.
Fridays.
Why should I? Right? Why should I lay off my whiskey? Why should I'm not calling anyone out. Why should I go to bed on time? You know? Why should I come to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, right? Which is part of the quick cut. So that's what this is all about. It's about helping you find your purpose for these changes that are often uncomfortable. Yeah?
Yep.
Good. You're in charge of the clicky now.
Cool. So how many of you guys have seen this before? Most of us have, I think. So this is something we talk about in Fitness 101, but it's relevant for our purpose and figuring out why should I, right? So this is our sickness, wellness, fitness continuum, right? So everybody can be measured on this continuum as far as looking at our health markers, as far as looking at our performance, what we're doing in the gym. We can put any number of things on this and we all will fall somewhere in here, right? If we look down at sickness, that means our health markers, our body fat, all of those things are not healthy, right? They're actually sick. And then as we move forward over here, we get to our well part of things, where health markers are in the average range, right? They're healthy, but they're healthy. And then we get over here and we can think of this as like extra healthy. A fit person is someone who has really low body fat percent, their visceral fat's really nice and low, all their health markers are good. We can also put in performance markers as far as they can lift 2 times their body weight with a deadlift and so on, right? So we can measure anything, anyone, anywhere on this spectrum here. And so when we're looking at this, we can, you could certainly look at why should I and see where you fit in there. The other thing though is if we're looking at this in our life, we want to fall over here. Does anyone know why we'd rather be over here other than we could look like that? But what's our purpose of staying on that side of the spectrum here? Life, longevity. Cool. Yeah. So when we're looking at this, if we sit over here, right, and something happens to us, let's say, we get in a car accident, we get the flu, we get COVID, right? Any of those things. If we're always sitting over here, well, we only fall back to here, right? We still are healthy in that sense. We have to work our way back there, but we don't come all the way down here. If we live in this space, then when we have something bad happen to us, we fall down here, and then you guys can know what happens if we start here and come down this way, right? So that's one thing. When we're looking at our purpose, why should I? Well, if we are over here, we have a lot more protection against life, right? Against those things that are going to take us down on that spectrum. The other thing, though, is when we sit over here, we have a lot more opportunity, right? We can feel capable and beyond capable of what we want to be doing. So if your purpose is something where we're hey, I want to be able to go out and do this in the community. I want to be able to go out and travel and, see my grandkids grow up and everything. If we're sitting over here, we have so much more opportunity for that to be a long-lasting thing, right? Whereas if we're sitting over here or here, well, who even knows if we're going to get to be able to do that, or if we're capable of doing that. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Anything to add?
Nope. All right, y'all. Grab a clipboard. So we're going to start talking about purpose. Don't fill it out just yet. So what is purpose? This is the why should I, okay? And everyone's purpose, sure, there's similarities because we're talking about health, we're talking about longevity, we're talking about fitness. But each of you have a unique reason for that health, that longevity, and that fitness. Sure, we all want health, right? We all want to be fit. We all want to live a long time. This is about why. Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to live a long time? Why do you want to have fitness? And that's going to be unique to you and your purposes for your life. Does that make sense? So for Gabby, it might be like, I just want to be a superstar in my sports, right? What are your sports? I forget. Cheer and cheer. Okay. She wants to be a superstar in cheer, right? That might be her purpose. Why does she want to be a superstar in cheer? I don't know. That's for her to find out and write down, right? For Donna, right? Your purpose might be aligned to the things you want to accomplish in your retirement, right? Kathy might be aligned to what you want to do with those grandkids, maybe, or your children, your grown children, right? But your purposes are going to be unique to you. And so that's what this is all about. It's that underlying thing that keeps you motivated and keeps you going towards something that might be hard to do. Make sense? Think about this, right? You guys have all gone to work 9 to 5, done a job, right? Or raised kids 9 to 9, as in 9 a.m. to 9 a.m., 24 hours a day, right? That is done and done consistently because you have an underlying purpose. You either are surviving, right? Paying for food, paying for shelter, paying for that next vacation. You're raising the next generation. There is some underlying reason why you keep showing up to do that, right? There is some deep-rooted purpose in there that keeps you showing up at your job every single day or showing up for your kids every single day. If we can find that purpose for health and fitness, it'll make it easier for you to show up every day for that. Making sense? Okay, cool. So these are just a couple examples of purpose. Some of us, it's life stress is really, really high. And so our purpose is to pull that back down with some care that helps alleviate stress, physical stress in the body and mental stress. That is a perfectly valid purpose. Okay. But even deeper than that, why do you need to lower your stress levels? Like, why do you need to bring those down? Right. And that's going to be a personal question. Making sense? Good. So click.
So when we're looking at our purpose and we're looking at that sick, well, fit continuum, we could put in the work later, right? Where you could keep doing what you're doing, do those easy choices, but then life's going to get real hard as we go forward, right? The longer we do the things that aren't taking us towards health and taking us towards that purpose, then later on, we're not really going to get that purpose. We're probably going to kind of crash down there, right? The flip side of that, you do the work now, you define your purpose, you work towards it, work towards that healthy side of the spectrum. Yeah, it's a little bit harder now, right? We have to set those habits, set those things, move towards that purpose. But then later on, we get to just enjoy that. We've done all the hard work, we just maintain it, and we can make that purpose happen.
So can you guys give me an example of what this looks like? We do what's easy right now. What does this look like for you? Can you guys give me an example? Yep. Pain, discomfort. Yep. Other people having to take care of you, right? That's the hard later. Good. What are some of the hard choices now that would lead to an easier life later?
Staying away from foods that you really want to eat.
Being here right this moment at 8
8
a.m. on a Saturday. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Staying away from those donuts, staying away from the alcohol, staying away from the cigars, whatever it is, right? That's freaking, I know. Why am I calling you out? I don't know. That's hard, right? Because you love those things. They bring you enjoyment. They bring you community, whatever. Pizza tastes amazing, right? So those are hard choices now for the easier later. Making sense? Cool.
When we're looking at all this, like, you're pretty much weighing out, do I want that pizza or am I working towards my healthy purpose, right? And so this is the depiction of that here.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill out your papers. So what we're looking for, and those questions are on there, is what will happen if you don't make the changes, if you don't do the hard stuff now, right? And the questions are right there. Let's go ahead and give you time to run through these. And then we're also looking at what will happen if you do. And these questions will help guide you. So the first thing is to describe, what does better health look like to you? What does that easier life later look like for you? Go ahead and write it down. I'll give you time.
It's not for you. Yeah, both of you need one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once you have down like what better health looks like to you and what that thing is in the end that you're willing to do the work for, you'll put down why do you want that better health? Who is it for? What is it for? Maybe it's so that your oldest child doesn't become a caregiver too soon. Maybe it's for your great-grandchildren so they get to meet your awesome self. Maybe it's for you to be able to accomplish the things that you've yet to accomplish. Maybe it's for your coach, so they'll get off your back. Probably not.
Joe likes it.
It's like in that case. And then the third question is a hard one. So this is what's going to happen if you don't do something about this, about your health, about changing your patterns. What is that hard later look like? This is sort of the grim question, right? It's like, oi. Mm-hmm. Not a pretty picture, typically. Real fast.
Yeah. Go there. Let it feel dark.
Yeah.
Get it on the paper. These are the things we don't like to think about most of the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead. You can go in there.
So silent.
Rad. And then question 4, we have what's going to happen if you do something about it? What does it look like when you really make these changes? What is that glorious future with lots of health and fitness? What does that look like for you? What will be different? How will you feel? What will your day be like? What will your ambitions be like? If you had tons of energy and not so cranky of a body, what would you do with it? All right. And the last one is, what is one thing you could do right now to improve? To improve the things you're already doing. Now, I know you guys are already working the Quick Cut program. You're already working that protocol with better sleep, 5 to 6 workouts a week, 800 grams of fruits and vegetables, and no less than 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, right? That's our Quick Cut program. You guys are already doing that. So what could you do? What one thing could you do to improve even that, to get even better? This is our last slide.
I think so. Yeah, I find that. Yep.
Awesome. Is that making sense? Yeah. Hopefully you guys have worked through a couple things. Feel free to take this with you and work over it even more if you only have a few things down. Before we end off, do you guys have any questions? No? All right. How are you guys doing? Okay, let's just run through them really quick. 5 to 6 workouts this week. Raise your hand. Okay, so we need to make some improvements on that. The Quick Cut includes 5 to 6 workouts a week, right? Good. 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight every single day. Raise your hand. All right, Lily, we got to get that ramped up again. Okay, good. 800 grams of fruits and vegetables every day. Raise your hand. Okay, so those of you guys who are in your on-ramp, right, you're not there yet. We haven't measured and weighed and all that stuff quite yet. But those of you who are returning to the Quick Cut, you know what that looks like, yeah? You know. You've done it like, you, Tim, you've done 800 grams like, I don't know, like a half a dozen times by now, right? So you know what that looks like. You know if you're doing it or you're not, yeah? So remember, like, we're not on-ramping you into this program. You guys are supposed to know what your protein is supposed to look like, what your fruits and vegetables are supposed to look like, and you're in it. We're on it now. How many times did you all go off plan this last week? Meaning you had grains or sugar or no? No times? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times? Maybe 5, maybe 6, right? Okay, cool. But you're recognizing on plan, off plan, right? And you're seeing that difference. You know, okay, I'm going off plan. Okay, I'm back on plan. Yeah, yeah? Good. Any other questions?
Sleep is part of the Quick Cut.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure. Okay. Yeah. So if you are missing out on your sleep, 7 to 9 hours, aiming closer to that being in bed 9 hours, right? If that's a missing piece, that's going to affect what's going on with the Quick Cut. So make sure you start to build that in. Go back to your schedule if you need to. Figure out what's happening there. That's why we aim for that 9 hours in bed so that you actually get the amount of sleep. Yeah.
What's next week's lecture? Do you remember?
I don't. Do you want me to look?
Yeah, look.
I do because I'm obsessed with my sleep. And I get really mad.
Habits.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. So, yeah. It's whatever you need.
Drink water.
Nope. No.
If you want to drink, right? So if you're thirsty, you should be drinking water, especially with it extra hot outside.
So next Saturday, we're going to dive into the habits that get you there, the things you're actually doing. Okay, so we have a habit exercise to do together to help work out what things you're doing that contribute and what things you're doing that don't contribute or move you in the other direction. Make sense? So that's next week's Saturday. Cool? Good. Let's work out.
In 10 minutes.